Hi there, I'm Lisa, this is Ted, my husband, and along with Hans, air Alsatian, and Bessie, who thinks she's a kangaroo, we are Chateau de Montmagny. March 2020, when COVID spanned the globe and the world began to lock down, we decided to turn our lives upside down and begin the adventure of a lifetime. We threw in our jobs, packed up the car, and purchased this 14th century historical monument.
You have arrived.
Woohoo! We have arrived.
With no previous experience and just £80,000 budget and a tent as their temporary residence, we plan to transform this abandoned, unloved historical monument into a family home and thriving business. We have so many new skills to learn along the way, but we invite you to come along for the ride. So strap yourselves in and let the fun begin. So today is a really exciting day because we start second phase renovations. Now, if you didn't see the previous video, go back and watch it because it takes you through the plans of what we hope to achieve over the next year. But today is all about the first week. Now, Ted's not here. He's gone off to pick Colston up from the airport. Colston's their volunteer from Denmark. You've seen him before when we did the summer kitchen, and he's come back for a week to work on the piggery roof with Ted and Steve. So that'll be really lovely to have Colston back. Such a great guy and such a hard worker. Anyway, I'm not going to actually be part of the renovations this week, which is I'm really gutted about because I just can't wait to get back into it. But we have a full house in the accommodation. We have full house in the service sittings, and I don't have Anita for a couple of days. So I've got to do a lot of the serving, cooking, and with Anita, with Helen, and all the changeovers, the cleaning and washing and all the day-to-day activity that keeps this place running. So I'm not going to be part of it. We've also got filming taking place all week. So yeah, it's a little bit busy. So I thought, while Ted was gone, I'll do a list for him. So this is the list of what hopefully they'll achieve in this first week of the renovations. Now, they've never done a roof before. I know Steve has done a bit of work on some roofing before, but Colston and Ted never have. So this will be a good learning curve for them. Anyway, this is what I hope they would have to be able to achieve. I've already cleared the top one off the list for Ted. I'm doing his job for him. But this is a job that he did yesterday just in preparation for the piggery roof to be done. It was clearing all of the back of the piggery area that was just full of loads of greenery, ivy growing up the walls, a couple of big trees that were really getting in the way of the electrical wires that go across the top. I'm surprised that EDF Energy hasn't been round and cut them down themselves because they often do that. But yeah, that was his job yesterday, and he did it in a whole afternoon. There was so much work to be done, but he got on so brilliantly, and I think he's really chuffed with himself that now the area's all prepped, ready for them to get up on the roof and start working on it. So the rest of the stuff we've got to do this week: clear the courtyard so that it's a safe area for them to be able to work in. Demolish a wall that separates the piggeries. At the moment, there's 3 bays, and we're going to make it into one big bay and then one smaller bay for the bathroom. Clear the courtyard again, because then there'll be all rubble in it. Remove the tiles, wash the tiles, remove the timber, build the wall, and build the buttresses. That is all this week. And as you can see, I put there, wow. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting week. Let's see how they get on when Colston gets here. So the first job is to clear this area. So we've got a nice clean space to start work on the roof. Can you tell me the plan for the next few days?
Have you been here before? You come here regularly.
You come here often.
Tell me the plans over the next couple of days. What's going to happen?
Okay, so the plan is, what we've done is we've cleared the area with all the timber that's gone in that house. All the tiles have gone to the sherry. All the old wood, and we're going to take all the ironwork off of that one of these days, and we'll chuck the old wood away or burn it or whatever. But we've acro propped this. There's a beam about here that we've acro propped up either side, just so we can then we can take the wall out, which is dividing these two bays. Mind your head. Yeah, take that wall out, and then we can utilise the stone to raise this wall up. When we take the tiles off the roof, we then take the timber off of that, because we're going to replace all the timbers in the wall. Raise this up slightly, so we can raise this lintel up here, so we can make a sort of a decent sized door. The trouble is we're going to have to raise it up anyway, because we're going to probably take the stone out in here to put insulation. If it's going to be a bedroom, it's going to need insulation in the floor.
Okay. So what's the time scales on this, the roof?
Well, so I haven't got my friend who's done the roofs before until Saturday. So we've got 2 days to come. So we're at the moment Thursday. We've done a load of Chateau runs today, which is good. This we're going to start knocking out the stone. If we get that done, that's us really. I don't want to do anything until Steve's here.
Can I, if I come in, I'm not going to get some stone on me, am I?
The top part came off.
Quite easily. This will be a nice big size for a room, won't it?
Yeah, so when we take this wall out, it's 5 meters by 3 meters, which is, a really nice size.
All this stuff above me here,
Yeah.
this is all coming down.
Yeah, all of that.
So is that stuff that you're going to prep before you do the roof?
Yeah, so all of this timber, all the timber, you see that nice bent timber there?
Yeah.
That's...
No, I mean all this stuff above my head.
Oh yeah, all that reed stuff. Yeah, that's just, I don't know what that was. It's probably just left there drying for whatever reason. Maybe animal feed, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be, all of that's going to come out.
It'll be good just to completely clear all this, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Before the roof and that.
Yeah.
Then you can see what you got. So how's it gone? You happy with your day's work?
Yeah, I think we've done really well. We've done 3-4 Chateau runs. Got rid of a load of rubbish. All the tiles went. All the cardboard went. All loads of timber out my barn went. Carsten, while I was up at the dump, Carsten moved all the timber in here. All the tiles went in there, so we've cleared that. And then we've now filled it up with stone by knocking this lovely wall down. So we thought about moving. So this is all dirt. This is going to go, anything organic is going to go back in the ground. So we'll do that's tomorrow's little job, is to clear all this. So we've got this, an empty space would be perfect, really, wouldn't it? Some of this timber, this can all be chopped up and used for firewood. All of this can be just, this is all reeds. This can be just binned off, down the end. And then that's it. That's this bit done. Take these there's some big timbers there, and think about what we do that end before we take the roof off. But cool. It's good to get this done before we take the roof off.
Yeah.
But I think we've done really well today. I think it's a good first day.
Cool.
I'm pleased with today.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can stay, Sam.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Would you like a pig's ear?
Would I what?
Would you like a pig's ear?
A pig's ear?
Would you like a pig's ear?
What's that?
A beer.
Yes.
I knew he'd get it in the end.
Yeah.
I know I had to tell him, but I knew he'd get it in the end. The pig's here, beer. Rather
Stupid language. It's called a beer, goddamn it.
So first job of the morning is to remove all of the rubbish that was in the ceiling above the second bay.
So let's have a look in here. It's all clean. It looks a good space. Some acros there, just to be on the safe side for this beam here. But you've got a lovely height room. Obviously we're going to do things with the lintels in the doorway. This one's going to be a window, this is going to be a door, this one over here. But I'm really reluctant. I know you should probably put insulation in the floor because it's going to be a bedroom, but I'm really reluctant to do anything with this. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. I think it's one of my favourites. When you think they do these floors for pigs or for animals, it's extraordinary. Absolutely brilliant. So we're kind of ready. We're going to do some bits and pieces maybe on the other side, see what we can take out and what we can't. What is. So, yeah, these ones here, can you see those there? They're buried in the wall because it's just like a little hayloft because of that window there, which is going to be the door to the bathroom. But some of these obviously are utilising the wall and this to keep this big old boy up the area, which is why we've acroed that side and taken the wall out, because it's not too cocky in there. Yeah, that's a bit old and rotten. Yeah. So when we have the roof off, we'll see what the state of play is.
So preparation all sorted. The next job was to remove the tiles.
Okay, so Carsten and myself have properly kicked on, and we're at the stage where on the Friday where we're going to start taking the tiles off because we can't wait for Harris. I don't know what he's doing there. Look, he's just got too many bloody ladders. He's just gone mad. So we've built a little scaffold tower, and I'm up on the other side of the ladder to take the edge tiles off. Sorry for my croaky voice. I am under the weather this morning, or this afternoon, or whenever. So that's the idea, is to run all these off, as you see I'm doing now. And then get inside the building, and then we can lift them off. So it's going to be probably a slow process, but we are ahead of the game because we're going to start this tomorrow. Result. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Look, he's just going, oh, you know, I'm supposed to be talking. Right, so these are the tiles. We started taking them off. As you see, there's a hole in the roof. It's Mr. Carson stood on the wall and like a monkey and took the tiles off, but then I took the top row off from the other side, and now we can get inside and take them off from inside, which is good. But what we've got to do is clean them because they've got like moss on them and everything like that. So we're gonna pressure wash them. They all look in relatively good nick. But
They're quite thick tiles, aren't they?
yeah, they're quite heavy as well.
Yeah.
Did you like to feel the weight of my tiles? No, obviously not.
No, thank you.
So they're quite. I think they're quite nice actually.
Well, they are nice.
Designing them, but I think the way you're supposed to check they're all right if they ring out like that, and then you know that they have integrity.
So they don't have a ring to them.
If they're dull, they're probably what they call blown. So it's maybe split and it's got water in it, and they'll be no good.
But these all look pretty good.
They all look pretty good, yeah. So we're laying them out on here because the easiest way we can do this is to pressure wash them.
Are you having trouble talking, darling?
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. If you put them all the way down here, you can go this side and do them, yeah? Done. Tileless. One roof, tileless. Don't know how many we got. We only broke a few, didn't we? Yeah. I'm not going to talk anymore because it sounds terrible. Let me just explain to you. So it is a miserable old day, but Carsten, because he's hard as nails, just said, let me do this, and he's now pressure washing the tiles that we've taken off the roof. I'm going to go and get all the rest that we got on the wall and bring them down to him. But we're just cleaning the worst of the lichen off and just making them look halfway decent before we put them back on the wall. But it is such a miserable old day, we can't do a lot else. Steve, I understand, is on his way, and if the weather stops, we'll take all the timbers out of the roof and then possibly go shopping for new timbers. This is my wife is obviously starting to prep for service, which we've got today as well, and this evening. So, but the weather holds you up a little bit. Well, holds some of us up, but not others. Hold in.
So with the tiles being cleaned, it was now time to get the old timber off and completely expose the building.
Watch out, because Colston's under you. So Steve's joining us this morning now in the pouring rain. What's going on? So what we're going to do today?
We're going to buy some umbrellas.
I think we need to buy some tarps. I would like, and I think it's probably a good idea, because I'm concerned about this now that after the conversation I had with somebody yesterday, it's about this going in here, whether we can remove this beam. Both me and Lisa are not concerned about this beam, even though it's like my head height. She's fine. And to be ducking it down, I think it's quite a nice feature and stuff. And it would make sense to leave it. However, there's major issue here. We need to do something with this. And I've had an idea. I'm going to run it past my builder mate Steve, and see what he thinks, because then it may, if we did something in there, take that out, because this is, once we take all the wood off, this is all going to probably collapse anyway.
I don't think it will, but
Well, this will, and this is going to come out, because this is wobbling anyway.
so that's not supporting anything.
Yeah,
anyway.
no, that's not doing anything.
No.
And none of the wall here was supporting anything.
No.
The idea is that we take this floor up
Was
anyway.
this wall not even tied into that one?
No, you see with the jutting out,
Yeah,
that was all that was
it.
tied in.
Right, okay.
And it was buried in here because I think they made the floor up against the wall. Yeah. So the idea is to take this floor out and insulate it so we can go down a bit in here, but that's...
He's got a cold and he sounds sexy.
All right. My idea is to actually cut, get a big beam and cut a slot out of it and stick it either side of that to the floor and bolt it through there. I think that would support anything. And then you don't need to do anything else unless we make some kind of cap. Take all that out, put the cap in the wall, like a U.
You mean get rid of this?
No, just keep it. But,
It's rotten.
well, this is rotten in this end, that's what I'm saying. So you could, leave that there and just build the wall around it or cut it out. But I'm just thinking about supporting this.
Shall we come back later once you've decided what you're doing?
Well,
Yeah, that's your sport.
have you got
Well, I
service
can't
today?
phone him unless he says to me I can
You got
phone him.
service today?
What do you mean service? Oh, service in there, yeah. Right, I'll come back later once you've decided what you're doing and catch up with you.
I think we could go and get the timber today, couldn't we?
Yeah.
So with the timbers all out, the place was really starting to look like a building site now. But there was a lot more demolishing to go.
Right, I am dismantling this part of the wall because this is where we're going to raise the lintel up to the roof line, possibly, to have a bigger door opening. It's kind of interesting in the fact that I am now all the way to the lintel. I've got these huge stones in front of me that are resting on that lintel. So I've got to be quite careful, and it's quite meticulous. I'm being quite meticulous, as I said, not something I'm renowned for, being meticulous, but it is quite enjoyable chopping this all out and doing it very, very slowly. I'm mindful that these are huge, and I don't want them to, cause damage, because they will. But yeah, it's coming out easy enough, and as soon as we do that, it'll give us our roof line, and we're going to use some of the old timbers that we took out the roof to use as new lintels.
So what's your job this morning, Colson?
Just gonna clean out take away all the tiles and all the wood from the roof, put it somewhere else, and make it a little easier to work with. That's the first thing.
Steve, what's your job for this morning? What are you doing?
Just making a bit of space, really. Because we're going to be doing quite a lot of construction work the next day or two. Just thought it'd be better to have a clear area for mixers and stuff like that. So, yeah. We've been here an hour, I'm shattered already.
Faint-hearted, this renovation stuff, is it?
No. You know when I said about a year ago or something, I said, would it be possible to have a Zoom chat with you and your wife?
You wish you'd never met us now.
Why did you say yes?
You wish you'd never met us.
Yeah, wish you'd never met us. So here we are. The lintels are out, and we have a gaping great hole in the wall. The idea was maybe not to completely dismantle the building brick by brick, stone by stone, but it feels like that at the moment. So the idea is to shore this up. We're going to make some kind of framework so we've got some flat sides, and then build the wall back up so we can then put the lintel on top and then stabilise this top wall.
Okay, back with the boys. Let's have an update. We've just finished Sunday service. What you been up to?
There you go.
That's an example.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be the shortest.
I'll keep it up here so I don't see your feet.
So what we've done is obviously all the wood has come out, and then we've taken all the stone out, and we take the lintels out to raise one up. We've taken all this out so we can rebuild it, and we build this little former so we can have straight sides to our doorway. And our doorway, the lintel will probably come around about here, which is absolutely fine height. It's more than we expected. So, but then we've got this big old beam here that holds the purlins, and as you see, it's all rotten. That was once wood, but so to support that, we've utilised one of the lintels from here in there, and that is going to then get all cemented in with stone and lime mortar, and that will then not go anywhere. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to mix up a quick batch and give us an area here and here which we can build off tomorrow. So that's really where we are, and hopefully tomorrow we'll get all this line in. So we'll make this good, stabilise this side, and we'll see what we can do up the top there, because that's got to be done as well before we can even think about putting any kind of timber on.
Cool.
But it's, I think it's, again, the amount of work, that it's going to be double the amount of work that you think it is. If it was a house anywhere else, if it wasn't stone walls, it was this, that, and the other, you'd have probably whipped that roof off and put the roof on within a few days. But I think we've got, in a few days, we've got really, really on well.
Cool.
So we're going to mix some stuff up now.
So that's where we leave the boys this week. 4 days in, the roof is off entirely and all the demolishing done. Next week, it's a rebuild, starting to put the roof back together again. But before we go, we'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody that supported us through the Buy Me a Tile campaign. The tile for the big roof that needs to be completed on the medieval banqueting hall. The campaign will stay open until just before Christmas. The price of a tile is €3, and each tile that is purchased will have the name of the donator on the back of the tile, so that you will become part of Chateau de Montmagny for a very long time to come. In today's vlog, we would like to thank the following people for buying a tile, or several: Lucy Diamond, Elizabeth Still, Jane Kearns, Gillian Wheeler, Michelle, Julie, Alice Lawless, Guna, Jane Shearing, Linda Brandt, Ros Bailey, Ian and Gillian Burford, Gemma Bailey, Curly Worley, Julia Woodhead, Cheryl Williams, Michelle and Jean Luke, Suzanne Johns, Simon Keynes, Deborah Bailey, Deborah Foster, Charlene Bessel, Andy Boyd, Jane Turnbull, Steve and Julie Baines, Leslie, Sharon Fitzgerald, Caroline Hogg, Leslie Aruso, Andrew and Sharon Hislop, Caroline Ward, Lisa Matson, Reverend Jodie Cross, Diane Green, Carol Bax, Katrina Seymour. Thank you all so much for buying a tile for your loved ones. We can't wait to start putting the names on those tiles.